Welcome back. A lot of people have asked me how to get these coilovers for your Ae86 chassis. I made my own, so this is a DIY of how to do that. Take your old danky shock towers, pull them all the way apart, like this. Then we're gonna need some new parts, some sleeves, threaded sleeves, tops, and springs, of course. You can get them pretty much everywhere. I use these shock absorbers from Toyota Matu, the SW20. Then you get some Strut coilover spring seats. You get these on eBay, whatever. And you need to get a fitting spring, both the diameter, the height, and also matching up for the weight of the car, whatever you want to run. So then you can fancy it a bit up by using top mounts like these, where you can do the camber. You can also use stock. So these are all taken apart, and parts are home. This is the new shorter. I went with these XLG from Kip. They're really great for stock, and as you can see, they're a bit short for this strut tower, strut assembly. So simply pull them apart, get them all the way down, seat it, and then you can do measurements, see how short you want to make them fit. When you're done with that, you have to chop off the old spring perch. Just get the old angle grinder out, and then you have to shorten them. I do that by cutting them where the spring perch were and shorten them 40 millimeters, because that will fit with the new shocks. So this is all welded up and cleaned. Just show you the basic layout here. Also, you can see that it makes sense to cut where the old spring perch were, because that will be just in the middle of the new threaded sleeve. So you can leave them as is, or you can just clean them up. So I want to paint mine, so I'm just going to clean all this rust off. So this is pretty clean. And then I cut out some chunks of metal, and then I make some top spring perch mounts for my upper pillow mounts, which will fit between the shocks that I've chosen and the top perch plates for the springs. So this is basically what you need. These are the parts that I just made. These are the tops. This is of course for the springs. First of all, get all this masking tape off. Don't paint the threads, just paint everything else. Also, remember to mask up the tapered area for the bearings. Get all that stuff off. Alright, let's start assembly. These are the chunks I made before. I usually make these when I make when I put in new shocks, because the stock shocks has another bottom mount, and this will fit in between the shock and also the old strut tower. And these can be made to a specific height. If you want to make a coilover for rallying, you need some more height, whatever you want to make. So this sets the shock at the correct height, and then it's just a matter of putting on the old top here. and this is just a pre-assembly really, so everything's going to be tightened back up, just to show you how to do it. And you probably want to put these on first. Kind of forgot, so this is the bottom one, and the top one is the actual spring perch, the bottom of the spring perch. I TIG welded my threaded sleeve on the strut tower. A lot of people, they use a middle ring of sorts to hold the sleeve just loosely, but I kind of find that it will wobble around, it will make some noise, and it will wear on whatever sleeve that you set it on. So my experience with this is it's best to have a spring perch, or not a spring perch, a sleeve just welded directly onto the strut tower. So, and not setting up the correct height at this time. This is just again to show you how to assemble the strut towers. The threaded sleeves that I'm using is mild steel, so they can be easily welded on, but it also makes for some corrosion problems. I usually just give them a light coat of paint on the inside to not have them corrode in place, and then you have to make sure that they're looped up in some sort of thin oil, something like that, when you're set at the right height. You want to run them so they don't rust and seize up on you. So this is basically the bottom done. From here on, again, put the big nut on to make sure the shock is in place. And this you can align again with the bottom spacer that the shock is riding on, in this instance, in this case, to make sure that you use as much thread on the top nut as possible. So the springs I'm using, as you can see before, is a very common spring. You can get a lot of different heights, you can get a lot of different stiffness, weight, whatever you want to call it. So this is the top perch that came with the parts I bought, and this will fit on top of the spring and on the shock. And in my case, I'm using these, I think they're called Project Silver, some adjustable tops with camber adjustments. And to make them fit, I machined a piece that will go on top of the spring perch top and into the hole. This is a supplied spacer that was supplied with the kit that will fit on top like this, but I'm not happy with the way that it supports the top of the spring perch, so I went ahead and made my own, which has a lot more surface area on the bottom. So I'll show you here. That goes to take a lot of the force, the damping force and taking it from the top of the spring perch and putting it up into the top mount bearing. Otherwise you'll just be riding on just a few millimeters of aluminum from the spring perch and the small spacer combined. So for peace of mind, and I'm gonna be driving this car pretty hard like all the cars, so I wanted this to be a bit more safe. But there are a lot of kits out there with different solutions. This is just my take on making my own. So put it all together and make sure to use a washer on top, and also the bolt that you put on there should be a locking bolt so that it won't unscrew itself while driving. With all these homemade coilovers, there's always the chance of it unlocking when turning left, so be sure to even use some glue or something like that. And then it's locking nut on, and then it's pretty much it. I recommend when doing this to fitting some RCAs, some roll center adjusters underneath the your new strut, to make sure that the car aligns properly and drives properly. It's gonna have a weird steering angle if you don't put RCAs on, so you can do both. This is the basic setup. You can fiddle around with this when on the car to see how you want the camber, and I'm running longer arms, so and on the car fitted. Doesn't look like much, but it's a huge improvement over the stock. For the rear end, I'm just using some generic BC Racing coilovers, and again the XLG shock. So this is on the car, fitted and set for height. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing, that helps the channel grow. See you!